Really interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, really interesting how he considered the fold so heavily because people just under bluff in these $400 tournaments. It's really, really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, what are his bluffs? You know, like if we really think about it, like sure, ace high, like ace high has some showdown value if you had ace five, and when he raises the turn with maybe some backdoor diamond draw or something like that, he actually gets called. And on this kind of board, like what hands do you have that you're folding?
And it's gonna have some misdraws and things too. So I think calling is the only option myself. Let's see if Boogaloo got away from it. Ooh, call is 6.
So this is close between call.
Really interesting. So call is 6, raise is 7,500 is 10 points. And I'm going to say he said that because this is a very bad player. And so he thinks the very bad player is going to stack off here with worse queens a lot. I'm going to guarantee that's what he's going to say. Very interesting, though. I thought call for sure was the right answer. I never am in this spot. I don't know. Interesting spot, too. I think this is a little bit of a lesson for everyone out there, too. A lot of times, the hands we want to float with, like this one, are better as raises. So this kind of falls in that category.
Yeah, and he was kind of an echo chamber for us there, saying, you know, we just get better hands to call and worse to fold.
Yep.
Like he's going to have some gut shots in his range. He's going to have spade draw. He's going to have king X. And we kind of know, I mean, we kind of identify kind of what cards are going to be bad for us on future streets, and we're aware how to proceed on those cards.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's a very good point, man. You right.
That was the best. You didn't say anything. You won. Just straight up.
You won. I'm just spewing.
All right, so ooh, look at this. You're not opening this. You just looked at this. You're not opening.
Button cut off, hijack, low jack, under the gun one. You are right.
Come on now. Okay. I am. So let's see if he.
He's got to open it, or there wouldn't be a hand.
It wouldn't
I'm
be a
already
quiz.
down on points.
You're already down on points in real life. Now, obviously, you're gonna cheat, but
I'm gonna evolve.
you're gonna adapt, right?
All right, let's play it.
I am going to cry if he says he's folding here. Like, if he's like, yeah, you should be folding this in this kind of tournament, and you were actually right. All right, cool.
Wah, wah.
Like a spot where we have
Ah!
standard,
Yes.
and the reason is because queen.
I just want to say for the record, that this is the best 3-point score I've ever gotten in my life. Because the right answer was fold.
Right? But you heard what he said about the tables. This is a 3K.
Here comes the excuses. 10
The
points
excuses
fold.
to
It says
open
right
if your
here.
table is particularly tight and weak. Welcome to the $5 2K world. I mean, you know, the $11 10K. I'm opening this, yeah, for sure.
This is the best 3 points of my life.
Oh, that's hilarious. And everybody's 14.
Nailed it. What the hell kind of play is that from King Queen? Who does that?
What the hell? Yeah, so Mad Dog.
Jonathan Little's an absolute crusher, so it's nice to have him.
Yeah, I agree, and I
Just
always love
coaching.
playing right after sessions like this because I feel like my brain's warmed up. I'm thinking through things, and so it's a good way to start your session for sure.
Right. All right, guys, this is it.
What's up, Mike? You want to give a gist? He was saying Narco Cop was playing about D-pipping about 28% of hands. He had been very aggressive in this $10 buy-in, and here are the options to fold, to call, to raise to 1,200, raise to... What? Wait a minute, he made it 800, and my man's giving options to 12 and 1,400 apples. So it's already getting kind of spicy. That's so nasty. To be on a site with these other crushers, you know, well-known poker public figures is pretty exciting, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I didn't mention that when I was kind of giving a little intro here too. You know, Assassinato, Matt Affleck, John Little, all coaches on the site, so very highly respectable, quality poker content.
Yep, Evan Jarvis as well. You know, remember Evan Jarvis, Matt Affleck, Assassinato, John Little.
Yeah, so I guess that just makes sense. He just have the ace of clubs in his hand. That's interesting, though. I
How
thought
many
that was
points you got?
interesting.
You didn't do that bad. 45.
I like how you just pat me on the back. You didn't do that bad. Well, yeah, good job, buddy. Like,
The back.
I remember I got the higher score in the first one. So, we're 1 for 1, buddy.
I just want to know.
Calling, guys. Let's see if we're good.
Similar situation. That's pre-flop? I think pre.
All right, guys, we're checking, I guess. Oh, for fuck's sakes.
One of the things I teach people when it comes to poker is when you can get to the turn, there's an opportunity.
When you're facing a min raise or just a touch more than a min raise, and there's an ante in play, which is going to be the case in most tournaments, I think, going forward, you want to defend pretty wide. If your opponent's making a 2.
All right, cool. You're going 1,400.
I'm going 1,400, guys.
I'm gonna go call with the arm and just do that.
All right, and
I would fold in game though, for the record, in case that's the winning end.
You won. You win. I have to concede. You win.
14K.
14K, let's do it.
Well, no, we cannot win. This is a pretty rough spot because damn it.
Mm-hmm. Where do you gonna get my chat? They like naughty things. They like just beer, alcohol,
All right, let's do I can do a $10 ACR giveaway.
A $10 ACR giveaway courtesy of my man Toe. For me beating that ass heads up in this. Sorry. No, I'm kidding. We'll do this. We'll have to do it at least once a week, man. And then we'll do it. We'll do it every week a couple times.
So it's a tie.
I guess we got to give out $10 to each other's communities. We'll just do our own $10 free roll for each. Or does that sound fair?
Yes. Do you know what this means?
You win. I give his chat $10. Take it.
So that's cool
Filthy
because we have
animal.
2 ties and then a win from you and a win from me. This is like the epic battle. It's perfect. It's great.
Yeah, we're even Stevens.
This is awesome.
Take it.
I love it.
You know.
Stop. We got a giveaway going. Let's run the giveaway for the $10 ACR winner. Closing the giveaway. Drawing the winner. My man Sebs are getting the $10 ACR giveaway for this one.
Alrighty. Well. Welcome to the GodsBigToe study
shit.
stream with esteemed guest, the legend that is Crazy Sixes. How long has it been? Like a month?
I haven't been here like a month. It's been something wild as fuck. What up, fam? Toe Army Sixes Mafia. What up, guys? Missed you guys. Toe Army reigns supreme. Yeah, I haven't streamed in like 3 weeks, so there is not really a Sixes Mafia. There's like 8 of us. There's like the 100, the warriors, the legends. There's a few of us, but we're strong. What up, boys? Skate B Money in chat. The few and the mighty. Good to see you guys, man. Excited to be back. Vegas was sweet. Me and Toe were in the lab leveling up all summer. We put in a lot of work. I feel like we're much better, and it was a successful trip. Another super deep run in the tag team. That shit was dope.
I blew it.
Shut up.
I did it
Don't
again,
say
people.
it. No, you didn't. No,
I
you
blew it,
didn't.
and I busted us for the 4th or 5th time in a row.
But we would have never got that far if you didn't just
There was
cook
even a moment where
motherfuckers
Sixes
anyway.
tried to bust us, but he's just too good. He couldn't do it.
It's okay. Next
Dennis,
year we win
Larry,
it.
Contrast, Skate. What up, guys? Matt, welcome back, buddy. What up?
Shit, the Toe Army is many. He's got fans all around the world. Crazy as hell.
In
What
the
up,
lab,
guys?
is that what you call the arcade now? We spend most of the time in the lab and then take arcade breaks. So
I
we do
think
it.
wait a
We
minute,
can
I think
actually
of the
play in there too,
14
Frank.
days. We
We beat
played
Ninja
and
Turtles.
studied every day. Yeah, we beat Turtles 1. That was it. Didn't even play NBA Jam, but I got to
NBA
come
Jam.
back in a few months, so it's fine. Poker coaching's in the chat, boys and girls. You guys know what time it is. Chat revoked out there. It was fun playing with you and seeing you again, buddy.
Yeah, so good to see you.
What up, B-Money? Yeah, it was fun as hell, man. We got to play some poker together. I had position on his ass, made his life hell.
Yeah, I got to play live with Chowell. Super fun.
Yeah, so good stuff, man.
People love that toe equity. It's true. It's true. That toe equity is the thing, right? Super strong. Super strong. Monkey, what's up, buddy? Poker coaching in the chat, guys. Poker coaching is the keyword. All of you guys in here are legends, so we don't need to go through the whole why. I don't think.
Nope.
Oh, shit. Hang on. I should probably get the giveaway going. Hang on, hang on, hang on. I fucked up, son. Keyword, poker coaching.
Poker
All right,
coaching,
guys,
coaching
now it counts.
poker.
Now it counts. Sorry.
What's wrong with you, Skate?
It's early.
Great
Monkey,
fun at the
contrast
Global.
skate, you guys got to do it again.
Some bitch. I took you out of it. I busted you from that. Oh,
What up,
shit, I
cousin?
forgot.
Kind of jelly. Did you see like
So
all the
funny.
people who played the main event got that cool commemorative "We Beat the Record" card holder? I was like, damn. Wish I would have. I mean, to pay $10K for the card holder is a lot of money, but I wish I had the card holder. That's kind of a cool thing.
Some
to do.
people paid nothing for that car holder and have like 20% of themselves.
That's true.
Oh, shit. All right, I'm ready to roll it. I have
Come on,
no
Monkey, what up?
almost. Streaming is too hard. We're gonna pick a quiz and then pick somebody.
Yeah. It's nice as Kosin. Yeah, I'm jelly, man. That's some good
Cosin's in the house. Nice meeting you, Cosin. Good to see you, buddy.
Pick a quiz.
Which one?
I was good to you because I always am. So like most of the top stuff is open.
Oh, okay, cool.
You just want to start at the top and work your way
2058.
down?
Yeah. I see this ace 5 of diamonds.
Mr. Affleck.
Yep. So we'll do that. If you want to get in there, poker coaching in the chat. Do it. Don't be shy. All right, me roll.
Yeah, he can see my chat. Kosin said it was great
Here.
meeting you in person. Sixes.
What up, True? True boss. Get in here.
Sorry, I was
In.
blowing my nose. Drawing. D-Man. Up for the Army.
All right, bet. 2058. Little
Happy birthday,
Affleck.
Contrast.
Happy birthday, bro. Happy birthday. Happy 21st birthday.
Thank you, Chat Vote.
All right, I'm ready.
38. He's still a young in it. Still a young one in the game.
Young as hell. You ready?
All right, yeah, D-Man, I don't know if we've ever picked you before, just in case. We're going to go with your answer in this quiz. So just let me know what you would do. And if you get a higher score than the guy in Sixes quiz, who is it?
Spirit.
Spirit. Easy money. Then you get $5. Let's do this.
All right, in this hand we have ace 5 of diamonds. We're in the big blind. We get a 12 big blind open. And it's on us here in the big blind. Should we fold, call, or go all in?
Are we jamming ace 5 suited versus +1 open? Leaves himself 10 bigs behind. You ripping this ever? What are we doing? What did it do?
Modern Lurker 40 in August. Oh, you guys are old. Nice contrast. I love that. I called Contrast young. He said, "Young, ARP's coming soon." I said, "Shit, I'm 45." He said, "But you play like you're 25." I like that. You got to keep up with what these kids are doing. No PKO, Mono Lurker. What up, Cheat? Good afternoon, good morning.
What are we doing here? Call for B
Call from
money.
Lurker, call from Dennis. D-Man calling.
What it do? What are we doing here? Call,
Says,
call.
can't really raise and all in is not great. I say call and catch him on the flop.
Wow. Where's Set Abs at?
Contrast jamming. He don't give a fuck.
All right, everybody's calling.
Most people calling except for Contrast. He is legend of.
Is that it? Is your mic is kind of breaking sometimes. I don't know why.
Let me see. They have me turn it up, and that usually is it. Is that better? That might be better.
Yeah. It might have be gaining
Might
too
be
much
peaking.
gain or something. Yeah.
Everyone calling except for Contrast. He's jamming.
Everybody here calling, and I think I'm jamming. Jam, GG. I mean, he's got some players will have. He's got an open king, jack, ace, nine, some worse ace X. He has a bottom of his range. He's also opening here. We're blocking some of the top. And if he ever has like kings or something, we're doing all right. Like he has hands, he should be raised and folding there. Like, so I don't know. I feel like it's going to be an okay jam. Calling is probably the same EV and fine as well. I don't think we can only like the strongest linear hands. If we have any bluffs, it's going to be like this, right? Ace four, ace five, and then you have the fucking goods, like ace jack off plus or something.
I don't disagree.
So,
I kind of have feel
if
like
this is chip EV, but
yeah, I feel like I would mix here. I could certainly see jamming. Contrast at 13 bigs effective. Ace five suited is the new ace king suited. Put the max pressure on. There's some truth to that, and as funny as that is, so jamming wouldn't surprise me. I actually think I call here a decent amount, but jamming is cool. Weirdly, I'd be like more likely to jam from the small blind than here from the big blind. I don't know if that's right though or not.
Yeah, I mean, I just think we need some like if you have bluffs in the spot or
this is
like
a good spot. Yeah, because he's gonna have like King Queen O and King Jack O that he might fold, right?
Otherwise, you're just jamming what nuts, like jacks plus fucking tens plus, and then like there's nothing else in there. I think we frequently see this used. We're blocking some of the top of his range. He's going to be opening maybe some king nine, some suited nines we can fold out, right? But I don't know. Like this is in maybe some high level games. If you're playing a piss low, these guys opening here, it's just going to be very strong range, and I would only call. I think we're conditioned to call here because these guys don't open wide enough off these stacks because they would just jam some of the marginal shit and raise the strong stuff, right?
Yeah, I don't know what buying this is, Larry. They do have some opens and folds, and they have some opens and call offs with worse, right? Like, what does he do with King Queen suited? He's gonna min raise and call off, right?
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, like,
he's gonna min raise and call off, right?
Yeah, like a lot of these strong hands, like his range may be too strong. You could just realize equity here and just call. But I think against some better players and theoretically could be a jam, but people probably don't open this wide enough, and it's only nutty. But all right, we're going to call because that's what Spirit's doing. Let's see what Matt thinks.
Yeah, we're calling too. It's interesting. I think it mixes. Feels like a mix.
So it's really important to remember here that this range is very polarized. It's going to have a lot of. It's kind of going to need to be like jacks or better. Ace queen suited, ace jack suited, maybe ace king off, and then various high card bluffs to offset that. King nine, ace eight off. These types of hands. So when you go all in and call, you're going to run into an overpair or like ace king, ace queen, ace jack suited, ace king off very often. So we want to be rejamming against hands that benefit from folding out the bluffs and also have good equity against the overpairs. More likely the hands that have good equity against the big pairs or block the big pairs. So ace five suited is kind of the primo hand to rejam with here. Because we block aces, we block ace king suited, ace queen suited. When we do get called by pocket queens, we have a lot of equity because we have the straight draw to go with it as well. So this is a really, really prime candidate to rejam here. We're getting a very good risk reward here on our rejam as well. So rejamming is going to be the best play here. This is one of the things I found that I'm just not rejamming enough against these like polarized 12 big blind opens. I need to be doing that more. The flop comes 9-8-5 with two clubs. Should we check, bet two big blinds, bet four big blinds, or should we go all in?
Contrast has the new saying, WWFD, what would Foxen do? Modern Lurker changes to what would Fossil Man do? Shout out to
Ooh,
Greg.
false. Great.
Greg's a legend. Super nice. Super good to me. Check.
Check here as well. Nobody leading, no leads. We called it pre, man. You need some of these ace-5. It just like you block some at the top, and even if you get called, you're going to be doing well. And people should be balanced and not just be opening the nuts there,
Yeah, and this is just, are we giving it away? I don't want to give it away yet.
Pre-flop. I was talking about pre-flop.
Yeah.
I was reverting back to that.
Yeah.
But everybody here is
calling
checking.
8, all in jam, like both options, totally good. It just kind of shows that it mixes, right? Like both options are good, jamming a little better. Everybody checking. Chat revoke, Dennis, Kep, Lurker.
Dunk shove. I don't give up.
Well, it's not getting any better.
This is it. This is as good as it gets. I'm all in.
D-Man
Holy shit.
doing it. He says all
What
in.
if that's the thing? Oh yeah, we're jamming. We're dunk shoving. This is the kind of shit that happens to me, and then I'm sitting there like, what the fuck?
It's kind of an inverted stop and go.
Protection dunk shove. How do you? Okay, you ready?
Yeah, D-Man.
We're dunk shoving. So are we. So guess what?
Everybody checked except for D-Man and you said it was a spree, right? A spirit.
Yep.
Yeah, those guys jamming. I mean, we're not jamming here. This can't be a thing.
Hell no.
This also like the boards we tend to lead are gonna be things like 5-6-7, 6-7-8. Less when it's like 9-8-6 or 8-7-5. Like it's more when they're in a row. You still lead those boards a little bit, but far less than the ones that are 3 consecutive. Well, we just check here. We're checking our time range. If they see bet, we can just play accordingly. And if they don't, we know we're ahead, right?
Well, yeah, one other important fact, like some of the bottom of his range opens will be to some suited 9s. So he has like top pair in his opening range here. Sure, we're going to have a lot more 6-7 and stuff like that. But at the same time, like I don't think he can double barrel and go crazy on this kind of configuration, but it's really good for us. He probably, if he does go small, we just meet MDF and he's handcuffed. So I don't know. I think I probably just check here a lot. So we'll see.
The other part of this, when you think about his range, like he's got some 9x, sure, but he doesn't have any 8s, doesn't have any 5s, doesn't have 8-5, doesn't have 9-5, he doesn't have. I mean, he's got a couple of sets, right? He probably doesn't have 5s. But so when we jam here, when you always ask yourself the magic questions, is it for value? If you're jamming for value, what's worse than calls? If it's got like, I don't know, if he's got king 10 of clubs, he's actually ahead here, even though we have a pair. So we like never get called by worse. We only fold out the worst and only get called by his overpairs and 9s, right? And things like suited connector or suited.
People are saying protection, like it's not protection because he's still uncapped and has his top portion of his range in top pairs. So you're just wrapped when you get called. All right, let's do it.
Yep. All right, all in it is.
Is it right? Yeah, like
so pretty good flop for the big blinds range here, but again, we have to remember that this range is very polarized here. So when we're going to run into overpairs a lot here, it's basically pocket 10s are better, and then some overcard hands like ace queen, ace jack. We don't need to fold out those hands anymore. We're going to be doing a lot of checking in the spot, since how often this player is going to have an overpair or really, really strong hand here. Obviously, good flop for us. We're happy to get it in versus this range. But to protect a lot of our weaker hands in our range, we just want to be checking a lot of stuff here that isn't going to be doing that well when we run into an overpair if we just open jam here or whatnot. So we check, this player checks back, and we get the 3 of spades on the turn. Should we check, bet 2 big blinds, bet 4 big blinds, or go all in?
Really quickly, D-Man said, don't want to check and let them check back and face a bad turn card. Queen, jack, king, all bad for us. So, thought on that is that one, we can't play the Reaper. Like, it's fine. They're gonna miss those hands too, and we have showdown value now. And two, like, whenever you're making a bet or thinking about making a bet, you always have to ask yourself the two questions: Am I betting for value or am I betting as a bluff? Like, pretty much always at a 10,000 foot view, things are gonna boil down to that. If you jam here, as we said, you can't get called by worse. You're pushing out all those hands that are worse, and you're only getting called by hands that beat you, and you're never making any value. And you don't really want to bluff because you can't get better to fold. Anything better than your 5 is not folding. So if you can't get better to fold and you can't get worse to call, usually that's going to mean check, and that'll happen all the time. Like, that's a really, really common thing. And if he does go check, check, you actually get a lot of information, right? When it goes check, check, which I think it did here, we know we have the best hand now, right? Like, he never has a pair. Pairs are always betting to protect themselves, right? Caps his range like a mofo, indeed. 10 is checking again.
All right. So
He's not sure about the sizing, but because he has 10 bigs, let's apply pressure. 40% of his stack, he's betting 4.
All right, there we go. All right. My goodness. Wouldn't they c-bet all of their overpairs on this board? Skate says, does he have any medium high hands that he checks? If you bet 2 bets, check turn. So I'm seeing a few different options here. A couple of checks. Some people want to go 2. 2 for Carter. What's up, Carter? How you doing, brother? 4 for take care, baby. And rain factor. He decided to go all in on the flop. So yeah, he can't. I mean, once you decide to go all in game, you don't get to take it back and change. You go all in, your ass is all in. Nope, dealer, I changed my mind. Nah, you're all in.
There was a hand in the World Series, this is years ago, where a guy like actually pushed his chips forward, crossed the betting line. I don't think he took his hands off the chips, but he pushed them all the way forward and then pulled them all the way back, and like didn't get a foul.
You ever seen Joke Bet? Have you ever seen Joke Bet Toe from the cash game? The dude jams all in a dart, gets caught and said, "I was joking," and pulls that bitch back.
Oh my god!
It was against Feldman. This shit was. I was crying.
This is an NBA Jams. You can't pump fake in this game. Like,
no, I'm sorry. Let's get on with this hand. We're going.
Lots of bet 4s. D-Man betting 2. Kind of put him in the river. Kind of want to bet 2. Set up the river shove. 2 seems small. Maybe 4. It says lurker. Keps torn says think we call off if they jam, even if we bet 2. So I guess we can bet 4 for a bit more fold equity.
All right. What are you doing here, man? Spirit's checking.
The old pump fake. It's kind of a conflicting, tough spot. I have 2 thirds. I can half C check. We have showdown value. That's all good. I can also see bet 2. Like, he's so capped. He doesn't have overpairs. We're targeting a pretty shitty range that is just going to fold a lot. And so I don't think we need to size up. And then people were talking about, like, sizing up. Like, if we bet 2, he's going to bet 2. There's, 9 in the pot, right? And 8 in his stack. Hey, Machine Gun, thanks for the 39 months. My man. So, yeah, bet 2 seems like it's the bet. If it's a bet, I could part see checking, too.
Yeah, I think I would bet a ton of hands. This has some showdown, and a nice benefit of this is like when we check, he checks back, and an ace comes on the river, we cooler the shit out of him, right? So we need less protection in that regard. But you could also decide maybe like you want to bet this because there's a plethora of turn cards that are going to be bad, right? A 10, Jack, King, or Queen really make us indifferent when he decides to bet river. And generally, I think some of our pairs in the solver, when I look at this spot, look like they do decide to check. Man, I'm torn. I think I would just check, but I could see betting 2. But when we bet 2 get called, what happen? It feels like your world just closes in on you because you have to decide: am I going to turn this showdown hand into a bluff or
That's
a bluff
really
catcher?
good point, because if we go on the river,
You bet
too,
2,
like...
and it's like all those same rivers come. What the fuck are you going to do?
Yeah, it's one of those
Turn your
things
hand
too.
into a
Like,
bluff?
It's a really good point. If we get to the river and let's say we block her, generally you're not blockering with bottom pair because you can't get called by worse, right? And so now you're in a really awkward spot where even
Super.
blocking is weird. So, yeah, for that reason, I think if you're gonna bet, it's bet two. But I'm heavily thinking we check
But
here. And the
yeah,
cool
but
thing
do
is like we check here when he checks the flop. We don't really care what the river is. Like we're calling. There are some bad ones, but we're calling, right? Like we can't not call after he checks twice.
yeah. Let's see though. I mean, maybe he wants to polarize and really fuck him up because he capped on a board like this and our range is uncapped. But let's see. We're checking.
I don't think people hero as much in this one contrast. We are betting two.
Yep. Recheck. Two.
So when this player checks back, they probably
Four
don't wanna go with
big.
ace or
Size up,
kings
weird.
check back, maybe like a hand like pocket nines checks
One person
back.
here said four.
But
I love
this
it.
is a spot now where we want to start betting for value and protection with a lot of our pair of nines, pair of eights, pair of fives, pair of threes. We have various amounts of gut shots, clubs, lots of things that we can start betting with. We're going to be betting very high frequency here.
checking this
Ace
out.
five
This
is
one, I'm curious.
certainly a strong enough hand to start
It makes
betting
sense.
here. We block
needs
aces, which
protection.
is the main slow
That's what I would
play
do
that
if the
this
stacks
player
were
could
different.
have. Ace is not needing much protection on the flop. So betting here is pretty good. I think we can start to bet a little bit chunky, kind of like a geometric size, so somewhere around like 4 big blinds seems good. 2 big blinds seems a little bit small. It leaves the pot stack to pot ratio on the river at kind of an awkward size. So by betting 4, there'll be 13 in the pot. This player will have 6, and we can kind of go like around a geometric size ish. So I really like betting 4 big blinds. Checking is fine, and the option I chose, the main reason I chose this option in game that I thought was like I don't want to fold out ace queen or ace king or some of the ace high hands. However, we're just getting called by ace high enough
See,
here
that's what I think
that
sometimes, you know.
we just are just betting for value.
Nobody
here.
in my
We get
games
really good
are.
value against ace queen, ace king type of hands. We check, and now should we fold, call, or go all in?
Interesting enough, I'm surprised by saying this out loud, but I ran this just now, and it is 41% check, 47% bet 1/3.
Never big, right? Because the SPR, because it's too shallow. Like you accomplish the same thing from stack to pot ratio aspect there, like getting them in. Like, I don't know,
Yep.
geometric, I
So,
should say.
fist bumps to us. We were talking about mixing check and bet two.
Yes, it makes sense.
Yeah, he didn't. I guess he didn't run this one.
Correct. B money. Matt is saying geometric, but small is also geometric because
Yeah, it's a pot stack SPR one.
yeah, it's gonna be less than one if he calls it 2. Like he's gonna have 7 into like fucking 11 or something.
I bet you they can check aces and kings on a board like this too. I think that's pretty common. Kept. I didn't look. I closed the solver already, but that's a common thing on boards like this.
We are in a tiny stack blender like a true boss. That's why I don't like your 4 big blind calling. So what are we doing here, guys? What are you doing? Woo.
Dennis calling. Matt
Pete,
folding.
what are you doing, bro? That's what I thought by betting 2. Didn't want to say anything though. I know, Chi. We all were thinking it. That's why
Contrast
it makes
jamming.
sense. We're allowed to be right. Call a friend.
Larry calling.
All in. Take care, baby says. Fuck it, bro. Spirit's folding. We are folding. He's done. Yee. He gone.
Still waiting for D-Man. He's in the tank.
Beep, beep. Fold for skate. I fold this with no backdoor equity. This is tough inside.
Fold.
She gone. All right. So you calling this bitch off? Is it yee time?
It's a weird fucking spot, man. Like, a couple thoughts. Like, one, like, what the fuck is this guy repping right now that he check flop and then pots turn? Like, doesn't make a lot of sense. It's literally repping like ace.
Did you say aces?
Yeah. Like, what else is he repping? Aces.
You block it.
I'm not saying that's what he has. I'm saying that's what he's repping. Aces and kings and set of nines. Like, I don't think I can fold. I don't really want to jam. It's a weird spot. If I call here too, what am I doing on the river? I don't fucking know. But if I jam, maybe I'm already committed. I guess I jam. I don't think I can fold. What the fuck? He's not repping shit. Fuck this guy.
The
fuck?
He just threw theory out the window and just went with
What's
the
he
fuck this
repping?
guy.
Aces, kings instead of nines. Like, really? And I have an ace. So kings instead of nines. Get the fuck out of here.
Tough spot, huh?
Weird.
9 shouldn't be bet with the club draws, and that's in a big blind. It feels exactly like kings. Like, that's the thing. You have to give people credit for checking aboard this wet back, right?
Yeah, what range does that? People are going to have, you got to range them, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, most people don't, but maybe some of the better underpairs don't want to get check raised. But I mean, most people are just stacked up just betting big and just running it with overpair and stuff. So yeah, this is tough. Kind of defer. I kind of lean fold in this spot, but I could see just running it as well, like for 12. And I think he's kind of capped if people aren't balanced and checking this board back enough. But I can just see running it,
Now I got to put this motherfucker back in the solver.
But the problem is, like, the way I'm seeing it is, like, we're gonna have so many better hands in this, like infinitely better hands in this kind of setup. Like we're gonna have a 9, an 8 combo draws with a ton of equity. We're just gonna have
just doesn't make sense.
Super good. We're just gonna have so many better hands in this. So that's
this story doesn't make no sense.
Okay. All right. We are folding.
Folding too.
Yep. Does he ever have 6x or 7x? Does he do this with pocket 6s?
No, he doesn't open. He just jams those pre. He doesn't open on 12 bigs with those hands.
Exactly.
He's got no 6s or 7s in his range.
But people, I mean,
I
don't think so.
Some people are going to play bad, but generally, in theory, he's got none of that in his range.
I'm sorry. Why am I hovering fold? I'm trolling you. I'm like just wanting to jam. My instincts are just like over here to say,
oh no, he checked again.
All right, you ready? You ready?
Dude,
all right.
God, he broke the solver. There's no pop. There's no pop bet here. All right, go.
Interesting bet size here when this player just
jam.
Oh, win!
Pot.
Wow, this makes no sense. Get it in.
Having the ace here, blocking the ace,
fucking goose egg.
We have just a very easy all in here. We're getting a very good risk reward.
Very easy.
And our hand is just strong enough to go with it now. We're going to dominate some of their random bluffs that they're going to have. And yeah, we're just going to go with this hand.
Shit, I'm melting.
Go with a lot of our high equity hands. And we get a fold, which is really nice.
Zeros.
He folded. His story made no sense. To get the fuck out of here. Solver, I found it. 70% all in, 30% call.
You guys got apps. You see this, guys? This shit, yeah. This should keep you up at night. This is a blunder. I blundered. I'm blundering at some frequency.
The pot made no sense.
It doesn't. It does not. Because the problem is, like, even in your real life games here, guys, he's like literally got a one hand range, and I don't think people are even checking top set on 9-8-5 because
they're scared.
Like, there's zero fucking like good hands that he's checking here on a board like this in real life.
No sense.
He just gives up with like king queen, and then he just says, "All right, I got king queen with a club, and I'm potting it or some dumb shit."
He capped.
Capped. King 10 or some dumb shit. Like, yeah.
It was a weird spot though, guys. Like a lot of you guys, folded. Right?
It's all good.
That was a weird quiz, D-man. This short stack stuff was tough though. But again, like you still got to think in ranges, right? Like that was the key on the turn. Like, what the fuck? This guy's repping what? 9s and kings. Like that's
man.
What the fuck?
Out of a possible 40, how many points did you get?
Oh, we had 2 good scores and wrecked on 2 scores. So,
which you cut your mic cut out as soon as you said
17.
So did we a 17?
Ooh, yeah, that's a tough weird quiz.
That's a fucking rectum. This is a good quiz when you know, like it's we missed the jam like everything about this quiz was tough. So we got to flip it.
Matt says, my fuck this guy play hasn't worked out lately. It's just about like recognizing in this spot that when he checks flop, he's got no pairs. And then when he pots turn, like what the fuck? Like you have no pairs. So what the fuck?
All right, so
you don't have any draws. What the fuck? Yeah. You ready?
You rolling it? Somebody call it. Whoever calls it. Whoever calls it first.
D-man, heads or tails, if you call it first, we'll flip and yours. We'll go with your choice.
Somebody. He called heads. We got heads over here.
All right. You got tails there, D-Man. Let's flip it.
Let it go. I got it on stream. Got heads. Jeez, what kind of delay? What the fuck? Ooh. Is this shit frozen? Oh, piss. Just tell me.
Heads.
It's just like
you win.
literally not moving, and I'm sitting here sweating it.
Heads it is. You
My
win.
God.
Yep.
I'm
It
like
was
a
a flip,
boomer.
just like a real life D-Man. Saving the run good for the tables.
Well done. We win flips, though.
He gets an
It
asterisk.
doesn't matter in poker. You can
Mafia
just
comes
win
out
a
with an
flip.
asterisk right out the gate.
You can just make all you can whatever happens in poker, you can just run hot and win. That's the beauty of this game.
It's true.
No matter what,
How
you
we
can
all
just-
got started. Every one
Yep.
of us.
Just ran hot as hell and some dumb shit. Heads, well done. Hit me up. You know the drill. Make sure to whisper me, and I will get you, my friend. It may not be today. It may not be tomorrow, but I will get you.
One day, you will get your $5.
I want to
Congratulations.
sub within 60 seconds.
Oh,
Heck
shit.
W. Good luck with that. You're drawing stone dead on that in 60 seconds, but I got you at your convenience. Yeah, I got you. New keyword.
Tag team.
Tag team.
I like it, contrast. Tag team, a new keyword. While you guys are putting that in there, we will pick a new quiz. We're just going to do 2057.
What is 2 pair live in the 1K? Yep, we can do that. And how do I do this? How do I?
Hinder's in the house. What up, buddy? Ginger, what up? Min Matt. Oh, look at the people starting to wake the fuck up. Get in here. Get better.
I think I got it.
Welcome, 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 guys. Punk in the house. Welcome, buddy.
It wasn't 60 seconds. It was more like 120, but I got you. Keyword tag team. So are there any more events with like 60-minute levels this summer? Like anything good? Like I know the Lucky
I haven't
Seventh
looked
is
the
what? 30-minute
schedule.
levels and 40K
Yeah.
stack? Fucking awful.
Yeah, sidetrack. Welcome, buddy.
What I mean, Matt?
There's a 600 ultra deep, but I don't know what the levels are. I haven't looked, to be honest with you.
It probably goes 40-60, right?
I don't know.
Maybe it goes 60 day too. I
I mean, if I'm honest, I don't even know when it is. I know it's sometime soon.
Is this? Yeah, it's like coming up this week, dude. Right?
Yeah, you know me. I'm terrible. You're not here. I don't have my.
Yeah, I'm always looking at the schedule.
You're always on me to check this shit.
You're like, let's go. What are we playing?
I think we just got to follow. Hang on. Who dat? Who dat? Sidetrack. Thank you for the follow, buddy. Welcome.
Where is that clip from? I'm gonna burn this place down if I don't win this. That's Helmuth.
Yeah.
When he had that blow up, oh, that shit had me in tears.
So lucky sevens, blind levels, 30 minutes day 1, 40 minutes day 2.
All right, yep. 40-minute. Yeah. Memory's good.
You want to pick it while I'm doing this?
Oh, I'm really, yeah, I got it. Cheat to win.
And we got the legend of the Toe Army, Team Toe, Mr. Dennis. Let's do this, buddy. It's been a minute. My cat is freaking out in the background, meowing at nobody. All right, Dennis, let's do this, buddy. Let's do it.
Oh, wait a minute. 2057, correct?
Yeah. Is there a time limit to the player tag team? No. Each player on the team has to play one small blind, one big blind before late reg ends, and that's it.
That's it.
Then you can tag out as much or as little as you want.
Yeah, there's some people that just play the 2 hands and dip.
And dip.
That's it.
Or like some
Their teammates
pros who are
get
like
disco.
bracelet hunting will get a partner, say, look, I'll give you a bunch of the money, whatever. The partner will play 2 hands, and then the pro will play the entire tournament trying to win a bracelet. That happens sometimes too.
Yeah, I was sitting with a guy whose only equity was the bracelet. And he was like, well, I'm just playing a few hands while my buddy, I'm not really getting any equity out of this. Like, Jesus. I was like, he's going to keep
How did we
this
decide? We usually do it every hour, hour and a half, or in a situation where, like, you know, we're feeling car dead, or we hit a big cooler, you know, we need to go to the bathroom, whatever it is. But generally every hour, hour and a half or so, 2 hours. All right, let's do this.
We're at the final table of a $1,000 buy-in tournament. I have 65 big blinds. The under the gun player has 40.
Oh my God! Don't start.
The other stacks are not accurate at the table, but they are somewhere between 25 and 70 big blinds. So I'm close to the chip leader, but at the same time, under the gun is not especially short, and there are no obviously short stacks. So under the gun opens it up, folds around to me in the big blind with ace 5 offsuit. Should we fold, call, re-raise to 280,000, or go all in?
Yeah, not playing the ultra stack, man. 30-minute levels day 1, 40 day 2. So I would say there's nothing that doesn't have 30-minute levels at the end of the series, and that sucks.
Carter just folding?
How deep are we? Okay.
PCA 2023.
The whole army calling. D-Man, sidetrack, Ginger. Lurk.
We got one fold. B Money says knit it up. What the fuck is going on? People folding this. Call fold for skate.
Call for Dennis.
Jail won't. B Money's folding. Everybody's folding.
Jay Little 3-bet because he's rich as fuck.
Cheat to wins in there.
Not
Cheat to
I.
wins in there.
Punk says raise it up. We got to raise.
Well, I don't know. You've already folded your hand. See, that's the thing that happens in poker. You make a decision, you announce what you're doing, and then your hand is dust. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, at least you should be thinking about your range and defending in this spot. People thinking about all the bad things in life. If an ace comes on a flop, I'm going to lose 50 to hold my... Like, people just are so pessimistic. What if you flop 2 pair? What if you flop 3 5s or the joint? You're allowed to have good things as well, you know. It's not always going to be
a lot of players.
They just envision fucking. I don't know.
A lot of people raise because they don't want to see turn cards, and they're raising for protection and that kind of stuff, or they're raising in some spots where I'm the opposite. We were talking about this, how like I flat a lot of spots, maybe even a little too much, because I want to play post with these players. Like that's where my edge is. I'm trying to play post. Put me in.
Yeah, of course. We spend so much time studying these spots. Don't be scared, guys, to play this. Let's go. What are we doing here?
Dennis calling.
Ever folding this?
We can never fold. I don't think we ever raise his hand. I don't even think there's a mixed frequency. It's an early position open. We will have some folds with hands like this if we're like 200 bigs deep. When we're
Your mic's gone by the way.
Never. Is it
Your mic's
breaking out
spiking?
for my stream too, or is it just spiking on Six's side?
I mean, if it's spiking
My
for me,
levels
you
look
as
okay.
one source, it's probably everybody that spikes.
It's probably spiking on your stream for everybody. I don't know if it's spiking on mine. I turned my mic down.
Yeah, see what your chat says. I was just giving you a heads up, just in
Really?
case.
It's cutting out.
Yeah. I mean, it was cutting out for me. It's going to be cutting out for everybody.
I don't think it's the volume levels. Hang on.
Now you guys that want to fold an ace here in the big blind, I think it's appropriate, right? I think we can fold some like ace deuce. I'd probably fold ace 6, maybe ace 3, probably folding maybe ace 7. But ace 5 and ace 4, I feel like I'm gonna play, and this one could be a very reasonable mixed frequency 3-bet to 280, like at 40 effective. Like I don't hate using this at some frequency, and I do think it's a possibility it does it like 20% of the time or something crazy. I'm never folding this one. I would probably fold ace deuce off, ace 6 off, some of the worst ones. But we're not folding this at 40. There's no shot. It's never happened.
Yeah, so I was saying 200 bigs deep is when we start to fold these weak aces, and never.
Not this one.
Never.
Not even this one. If we start like this just makes the wheel, bro. It's like then it's like a min raise. Fuck them. Like, what are we gonna give away one big? We're not gonna make that big of a mistake, guys, and we're gonna make it straight. So,
and I was saying that never raise his hand. Solver raises it 20%, so close to never.
200 big blinds deep at a final table for a min raise. Fucking flick it. What are we trying to manufacture fear in poker? What are you guys scared of? For one big and we're 60 bigs deep effective.
0 folds.
And this one is like, it's not ace deuce or ace six. This shit can make the wheel. What are we scared of?
Even
It's
ace deuce is
ridiculous.
100% call.
Yeah, like, come on. Come on, man. It's a minute. Come on. This is like how you can run people over. They get scared. They get deep in the tournament, and they're fucking scared to defend ace five. I will run a table over if people scared to defend ace five. All right, let's do it. Cheat to win ain't folding. Let's do it.
Neither's
So I don't have an exact ICM chart for this situation, but whenever you're the chip leader by a decent amount against a player who really should not be all that out of line, you don't get to get too out of line yourself, but you should defend with something like the GTO pre-flop range. We see ace-5 offsuit calls or 3-bets normally with no payout implications.
I haven't even looked
so
at
with
this.
payout implications, I'd probably 3-bet hands in this region just a little bit more often. So if you told me you wanted to 3-bet this, I think it's perfectly fine. I did decide to call, though. I don't think folding makes sense. I think folding would be a little bit too tight. We flop the middle pair. There's really not a lot of merit in leading against the under-the-gun raiser who should have a strong range, even with our middle pair. So we check. And now the opponent bets 125,000. Should we fold, call, raise to 300,000, or go all in?
Did he say there was payout implications?
Yeah, I mean, it could be, even if you're in the money, like, it's still mandatory. What up, Journeying with the 44 months? Ohio's finest in this motherfucker. What's up, bro? Welcome back. But Vegas was amazing, man. It was probably my best summer that I've had in a long time out there. Very good summer.
Guys, let me know if my mic cuts out
Nothing
again.
massive.
Messed with it a little bit.
I'll let you know. It's sounding better and more consistent. It hasn't peaked once or anything.
Okay. Tennis calling. Everybody calling.
Yeah, Vegas is good. Coming back, though, it's kind of a hangover. It's like, man, I got to come back and there's not big tournaments. Stream is still growing and struggle, but no, anybody in real life fold? B-Money, these are massive leaks if you're folding here.
Gigantic. Asks, if he bet smaller, wouldn't he bet smaller if he had something?
It would be like a blunder to ever fold here. I gave it away. There, I did it. You can never fold.
No. We got second pair. He's c-betting range.
You can never.
Nah. And I do agree the bet's a little big, but it's half pot. Folded. People like auto-click half pot. Like
you hit an ace, win the tournament. Turn of 5. He's gonna shut down sometimes. People like assume people just double barrel 100%, or you never get there.
Yeah.
Would you fold it? Pair with the backdoor flush draw. All right, let's see what jail. You think jail? Let's see if jail's ever folding or doing something nasty here. Cheat to win snap calls.
Pure calling.
I clicked it.
I think this is a spot where calling is the play that makes sense for the most part. I mean, yeah, our hand is really vulnerable to being outdrawn. But at the same time, I mean, this is the under-the-gun player who is highly incentivized to not go broke, yet they're still just putting money in the pot against me. So all of that makes me want to just call and see what develops. We turned the ace. We got there.
Nice things.
Should we check? Bet 120,000, bet 240,000, or bet 360,000?
Carter says, not this.
Do we donk?
Who's leading? There's 470 in the pot, and he has 1.4 behind.
Check. Matt says check call. Check.
Uh-oh. Cheat to win says bet. What size?
Check. Chavrogue says bet the nuts, right, Tell?
Bet the nuts. 240. Throwing a bomb. Fresh aces in this bitch with 240 as well. Welcome.
No donk. Checking and letting him bluff again, says Punk.
We got a couple 240s over here. Anybody in the Army leading?
Fold. Get him out of here.
It's not even an option.
I don't think I saw any real donks out there. Everybody checking. Chat folk asked about bet the nuts. Yes, however, you have to have the betting initiative, right? Like right now, he's bet the flop, and so we're gonna check to him because he's supposed to barrel this card a massive amount of time. This is a good card for him, a better card for his range than ours. So we're expecting to bet. A lot of he checks, we can always bet. We would always then bet the nuts because we then take the lead. But when he's still got the betting lead, we always check to the aggressor.
All right. We're going 240 and tell you ever leading. No.
I just went through the whole spiel.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I thought you were just explaining. Yeah, I just think this is going to be a card. If you think about it, like even if he's c-betting his king queens, king jack type combos, he's probably going to use this card as a bluff at a very high frequency, trying to fold out some of our 10x, 5x as well. So I think this is going to be a card. Even if he has an ace, the same range that you're kind of targeting, it's probably going to bet itself for value. And you're going to get the additional benefit of some bluffs. Like, I don't know. I'm always checking here. I'm never leading, but 3-4 got there. I just don't think it's enough. Check. But we're going 240, though. Let's see if JL wants to.
Yeah, also think about it, too. Like, what would you ever lead here, like, that is a bluff in any way? What single pair hand would you ever lead here? Would you just lead ace-4, ace-3? Would you lead ace-7, ace-8? Like, the lead just makes no sense, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good card for him to bluff. Even with his bluff hands, high card hands have gut shots, he's going to bluff. And he's going to bet his ace-x for value. Maybe he turns some underpair into a bluff to try to fold out a 10x. People do shit like that. Let all that happen. So, all right, let's do it. 240.
We're checking.
This is an interesting one because as the opponent's just going to continuation bet the flop with everything, we should be way more inclined to check because everything includes a whole lot of ace, king, ace, queen, ace, jack that's just going to keep putting money in. That said, as they're only going to be betting with overpairs for the most part and not betting so many unpaired high cards, that makes it to where this turn is not actually good for them, right? So I'm not sure what the opponent's range looks like in this situation, but I have to presume in general we just want to check when the turn's an ace because the opponent's going to have a whole lot more ace-x than we are. And to be fair, even if they do have a hand like pocket kings, if we all of a sudden lead, it looks super duper strong, right? And that might even get them to fold out something like pocket kings if we bet the turn plus the river. Whereas if we do check the turn, we can easily value bet the river and they're going to call. So we get the same amount of money either way against those kings. So we're really just trying to get a lot of money in against the aces, but also against the unpaired hands like queen jack and king queen. Those are hands that are going to feel pretty inclined to bluff the turn when we check. Whereas if we lead, maybe those hands just all of a sudden start folding out, which is pretty bad. So I think leading gets a lot of money in against the best hands, but it loses a lot of value against the bluffs that the opponent has. So we're going to check. And as a default, you want to check when the turn's good for your opponent's range and not great for yours. And there's no reason to think the ace is good for me. So we check. An opponent bets pretty big, 325. All right. Should we fold, call, raise to 650,000, or go all in?
Well, P done did it. Double barrels. Let me see. Good point. Should check. This is why I'm here. I started poker in September, and I make we all have made the mistakes, my friend. And good on you for being here. Like the great thing about being wrong here is it costs you zero.
Yep.
Right.
This is the place to fuck it up. We always say it's free. Learn, get better.
It's free.
And also,
you get to hear from us, right? You get to hear our perspectives in these spots and other people's and how we're all playing it. We can all improve together. So it's great.
And also, generally speaking, like if you biff a hand or miss a spot, you never really want to beat yourself up too bad about it. Just make a note that this is something that you're doing wrong, improve on it, and work on it and get better. Like it's a process. It's a never-ending process, and so you got to be open-minded and just accept that we're human.
Yeah, just imagine every time you played a video game, you died, you got super tilted over every single death in a video game. You'd be fucking insane mental case. So
I mean, my poor sister knows what that's like with dealing with me in the 80s.
Yeah, we get tilted. Then you get to tilt a young tilted ass.
If I lost a life in Nintendo, my sister would automatically run and hide in her bedroom. It was always her fault. A lot of people liking
right.
the click here. D-Man going all in.
Call.
Dennis calling.
Cheap to win, but it's okay, man. I mean, even if you made a mistake on the last streak, you call here. It's cool. We're trying to make get the most points possible. The best decision each street.
They got 1.1 behind at big blind 40. So it looks like 27.
Yep, we're just calling. You calling?
Dennis is calling as well.
All right, call.
Are you calling?
Hell yeah. You think equities will shift enough where he won't want to put in money on the river if it's a diamond 3 or 4, and then those hands check where you can just stack ace king and stuff like that?
Or a queen, or a jack, or a king. That's a lot of cards. I kind of want to raise it here.
Take care, baby's all in as well.
And he sized up twice. Like I kind of want to raise it here, man. My only argument against it is that when they size up, we raise less. But this is a hand where I'm trying to stack this motherfucker. I think he checks back on, like, again, diamonds, queen, king, jack.
Just never a bluff.
He's never tripling, like, as a bluff.
I think he might be. I'm torn. Uh-oh, he's doing it.
I am.
This
I
is where
think
we
I would
all
bet the
part
nuts.
ways.
I would
And
say,
it's
oh, you
cool.
want to size up here? I'm stacking all your ace X now before it changes. I do think this is a dynamic board. Plus, we're the big blind, right? So now 3 or 4 also bad. Stress it freezes him up.
No, that's what I said. 3-4 diamond.
3,
right?
4,
And
diamond, jack, queen, king. That's a lot.
I don't think the king, queen, jack are bad, like, necessarily. I'm still stacking it versus those, and I think he could still turn hands into a bluff on those cards as well. Like, of course, we're going to lose to those cards, but those are probably just whatever. What is it to think? Easy all in. Take care, babies, all in. Well, we're always just debating it because other people are considered calling here. So talking through all the options intuitively, right? And just thinking what's best and why will help everybody.
It's interesting.
So it's always good.
6 is snap called here, and I was like, I'm kind of raising here all the time. So it's an interesting.
Yeah, then I
inflection
took a
point.
second to think about it because it's like, 3-4 diamond. He's just probably even checking back some of the top pair hands. And when he doubles from under the gun here, probably just stack ace, king, queen, jack now.
Do it now. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
What up,
fun.
Sinist? How you doing, buddy?
B Money says, I think people find nitty folds here when you check jam. Like, I don't think there's a check jam bluff. Like, I think it's always 2 pair. I'm
Ace,
fucking
queen, ace,
keeping
king,
the tournament easy
never
folds.
folding.
But it'd be easy to fold that shit because people don't have bluffs in real life.
They're not folding.
Bullshit. I would fucking snap fold fucking ace queen here live because people aren't fucking bluffing, dude.
Yeah, but people also aren't good.
Nobody in the real world would not check.
Person
Got
like
double barrel.
you is good. People are not good.
All right, we are calling though. That's
I
what
think
our
we're calling
friend
Yep, let's do it.
Cheat to Win did.
So when the opponent bets kind of big, it essentially says that they are polarized
almost
to a good
baited.
made hand or a draw. So the question is if they have a draw, will they keep bluffing on some rivers? And I think a lot of players who
Yes.
are good, strong players will, especially when they think I have a whole lot of 10s or 5s in my
10
range.
might go.
So I want to do everything I can to make my opponent think I have a 10 or a 5. So I'm going to call and force them to stay in the pot with all their draws. Now, sometimes their draws are going to come in, right? If they have, let's say, queen, jack, and a king comes, I'm going to pay them. But otherwise, I'm probably going to have a spot where I have a very, very good bluff catching opportunity. If you think, though, your opponent has a range that's polarized of something like, I don't know, ace, jack, and better, and then draws, if you think they will only put money in on the river when they improve to a good hand, well, then you'd be much more inclined to just shove immediately, right? Because if you call, they're only going to put money in when they improve, which doesn't really help me at all with my bluff catcher because they're not going to be bluffing the river all that often. And they're probably not going to fold out a hand like ace-jack if I shove, right? So all of that considered, I think the right play against someone who's loose, aggressive, and kind of battly is just to call because they're going to find bluffs. But against someone who is a little bit more tight, a little bit more conservative, I think the play is to shove immediately.
All right,
There it is. Good.
I do call. River's a 3. Ugh. Should we check?
Sag.
Bet 200,000, bet 550,000, or go all in?
Oh, here's where Toe stacked him, and the rest of y'all didn't.
Well, no, he makes a super good point, and I think
Yeah, player
we need to be
dependent is a
taking that
great
kind
point.
of stuff into consideration rather than just trying to simplify it for every single time you're in this spot because If the nit is double barreling here and he has ace king or queen and some
Raise
live
him
player
every
who's
time.
very inexperienced, raise every fucking time. It's a good, tricky, solid player on the river who's capable of going 3 streets with ace king, queen, jack, or something like that on good runouts and bluff. You gotta fucking let him do it. So I love it.
Raise a dog shit reg like toe. Call savage like crazy sixes. Player
Nope.
dependent.
Check jam me because I'm spazzing out and calling like, fuck it, I can't say it. Dunker free quiz, we check.
Check jamming. A lot of people check jamming.
See, the problem is when you say just bet cheat to win, there's a few bet options. There's a few different options. So
there is literally no difference of the player pool of an $11 online versus a 1K live. The player pool is exactly the same.
Outside of you're gonna find 2 or 3 really fucking good players that would never play 11s. Outside of that fact, you're gonna have some really high level players out and some $11 players. So it's fun.
Same thing online.
In some 11s, yeah, but you won't see 3. Yeah, you will sometimes. True. All right, what are we doing? Cheat to win. Give me a size if you're betting.
Can we jam like king 3, king 4, 6, 4? Can we jam the combo draws on the turn? That is a thing in general, Kep, but I don't think we get to do it as much when he goes 2/3 pot.
Ooh, going 200K.
Let me see here.
Check equals 0 chips. Well, your option may be correct, cheat. We're not exactly sure yet. Maybe there is some leading here, so don't beat yourself up yet. It might be good. I don't know how ICM ranges work here. Don't even overthink it, man. We're in the spot. Fuck it. Because he has no 4x. So what do you think's the likely outcome when you check here? All right, we're going 200K, Tal.
200K for Dennis as well. A lot of people checking to check raise. I am putting it in the solver.
He's cheating. What are you doing before you get the outcome?
No. On the turn, when all you guys were calling, solver mixing like a motherfucker, but mostly raising.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And then what am I doing here? I mean, when we just call, the lead makes a little sense. If I do lead, it's going to be 200. I think he's checking back a fuck ton. Leading 200 makes a little bit of sense.
Look at that. 200. Yeah, I kind of like the 2. I think it's too likely he's going to check back literally everything. Here. And we eke out a little value. What if he does just jam the river? How sick would that be? Yeah, like, what if he overbet? Snap call, he says. Too good.
He doesn't have any 4s. Get out of
here. Ace 4 suited. He needs to open that.
I block it.
Pocket 4s.
Okay.
You should have it. Set to 10s. No, I'm kidding. He's probably not jamming even a set of 10s or something here. Like, he'll be on a 4 line. Who knows? But at the same time, I think 200 is really good. I think he checks back just way too often. 550 feels like an interesting ass size, but it's half his stack.
And donk leads are always small.
Yep.
In the solver, 0 donk leads, by the way. Just so you know.
So we're checking.
Checking 100%.
But no, wait a minute. Cheat to win, set 200 though. We're going 200.
We are leading all the straights.
4s.
And then 3-5. And it's got bluffs with like 6-3 and 6 deuce. 4 deuce, that range.
Well, this is real life. We don't want to play like a solver all the time anyway.
Leading king queen. Sick. All right, cool. 200.
I clicked it. Check was the
There certainly is some merit in leading in this spot because the opponent's going to have basically no 4s unless it's pocket 4s or ace 4. And those hands probably don't even bet the turn. I mean, ace 4 probably doesn't. Ugh. So hard to get paid in this spot, though, because the opponent may not bluff this spot very often. It's tough to know. Wish I would have known the 3 was going to come on the river. I would have check shoved the turn. That's not how poker works, though. Look, if you think the opponent's range contains some unpaired hands, I think checking is by far the best play. This is a very, very easy spot for me to not have a lot of 4s either. I mean, if you go back to my pre-flop range, right? Oh, that's not my pre-flop range. If you look at my pre-flop range, we have the suited fours, but a lot of these are going to fold out by the river, right? So I really don't have a whole lot of fours. So given I don't have a whole lot of fours, they may just feel inclined to bluff with the busted draws. They could also still value bet thin with like ace king. So I think it's fine just to check in this scenario. I don't think I want to make a small lead and try to eke out a little bit of value.
You
Check,
knew
check,
that was
though.
gonna happen.
I win. And, maybe we let the
missed
opponent
200K.
keep 1.1 million in their stack, but at the same time, maybe we also just gave them a good opportunity to bluff and they chickened out on a river that's pretty rough for them. It's tough to know.
I think in a live sense, people have too much PTSD to ever bet this river, dude, or bluff this river.
Against the big blind.
Not a
Never.
damn soul's bluffing this river, and he's checking. I mean, everybody's checking back like any single pair of hands.
No showman, man. It was
Call,
live. The guy
flop,
just
and
folded.
turn.
He just mucked.
Yep, call, flop, and turn. The people are just done with it, with everything. I got my 2 streets with better, and if they're bluffing, he's never folding anyway. If he didn't fold on that turn, I would have let 200K to eke out a little bit, but it was an 8, and we did well. We got 40 points.
40.
Oh, piss.
That's
when you start slow rolling.
Yeah, we got 40.
I know we're in trouble.
Dennis fucking killed it. Almost
Well
switched
done,
it.
Dennis.
Just barely. Almost switched it.
Cheat to win. Good job, brother. That's it. I mean, not bad. We're all gonna make mistakes. I mean, the term was rough, but it's really good, man. 40 is good. Good stuff. Cool. We got a new keyword for that ass. What is it?
New keyword.
And my dogs are going crazy.
Is I don't know. We can do one of your dumb ones.
Hey, cat jam. Lowercase cat, uppercase jam. It's been a month. Get it in there.
He heard it.
Lowercase cat, uppercase jam.
Let him do his dumb shit.
Set Habs, what up, champ? The beast is here. There it is. Them cat jams bumping in there. You love to see it. Ohio's fine is dropping it. King Fire Poker, what's up, champ? How you doing, man? Min Matt. Good to see you guys, man. Feels good to be back. All right, we'll pick another quiz.
Yep.
And also, now that we're back, let you guys know about the PC Discord. I need you guys to come study with us for fucking free. We got the study groups here, and if you look at the events, hopefully they're done. Whoop, go here, and I'm griefing it. I'm griefing it. I'm griefing it. Why is this thing just keep trying to grab the whole screen? 1 second. Here's the events. The study stream is today, but other days of the week.
I actually meant to do it before the stream. I will get it all filled out. You'll have all the events for the month in there.
Yeah.
Actually, right after the stream, I'm going to do it. I got to do it for my Discord. And
Yeah, we got all the study groups and stuff in here.
But I put in
study
all of them for the month. Every study stream, the 6 free a week, all the webinars for the premium guys, all that will be in there for you.
Yep. All the study sessions posted here. They're all free. We go hard in the paint. I try to go 2 to 4 hours Tuesday and Thursday, but we have them Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and you're here with us Saturday.
Yeah,
so we work our asses off, and you guys can come hang out.
The ones during the week are also more intensive than just quizzes. We're doing solver work. We're doing trainers.
Yeah, man, it ain't
We're
just...
covering ICM. We go a lot deeper.
Hand history reviews for you guys. I give you guys the mic and let you feel comfortable to ask questions. You know, all levels are welcome, man. We've all been there before, and I need to have a safe place for you guys to be able to come in and try to get better and, you know, feel comfortable saying, I don't know what the fuck to do in this spot. And then we could all try to get better in that spot together and improve, man. So it's free and it's fun.
Yeah.
Next
what's up,
quiz.
buddy? This is going to be a brag post because he asked a lot of nice scores lately. Took second for a ring a few months ago. Won a rattlesnake trophy. 5 WSL key cashes. Deep ass run with 6s in the tag team. The Blitz final tables 2 sessions in a row. You know, Toe out there doing what Toe do.
Cool. You want to do solver practice?
Flagstaff, welcome. Sure.
2054?
2054.
Yep, we'll do that.
Draw too.
And we draw.
Oh, there he goes. Flagstaff comes into the chat for the first time and snags it.
Oh,
All right,
shit,
Flagstaff.
you're in trouble.
Because you haven't done this before, just going to make sure you know the rules. What's going to happen is Sixes just drew a winner from his stream. You're going to compete with the winner on his stream for the highest score in this quiz. We'll see what the audience is going to do. We'll say what we are going to do, but ultimately we're going to go with what your choice is. So let me know what you would do, and if you get a higher score, then who is it in the Sixes stream?
Ohio Spawn is draining in this bitch.
Against Dreading, then I will send you $5, and it's just that easy. Good luck.
Oh my God, Jackson's awake at 10:30 a.m. there? Is that what time it is?
Rolling. He's out there
Oh
with his
my
shirt
God.
off.
I can't believe this cat is awake. This is rare. What's up, bro?
Oh.
Thanks for the resub, man. I'm ready. 2054.
Yep,
Ready?
let's roll it.
Action folds to us on the button. We raise Jack 8 suited. What percentage of hands should the small blind be playing here?
Okay, so we have to be very careful in this quiz. Flagstaff, you got a hard one. It's not about our hand. It's what percentage of the range should the small blind be playing here? These are tough ones.
Oh,
Tough
yeah.
ones. You know what was really cool for me? I went to the poker coaching meetup breakfast yesterday, and I've met Romero a couple of times, but it's always kind of been in passing. We've never had him on the study stream or anything like that, right? And I went up and I said, "Hey, James, how's it going?" And he said, "Hey, God's Big Toe." And I was like, how the fuck? I was surprised that he knew me by name. It was weird. I was honored.
We've only known him for 3 or 4 years now, but
yeah, but how many times have we talked to him?
Every summer for 4 years. He better know us.
Once. He's four exact times we've talked to him. Yep. Every summer for 4 years.
Is this cash?
This is
this is tournament.
Cash. I don't think he's ever does cash.
No, 501k cash. Yeah. Somebody said cash game. Nah, man, this is tournament, brother.
Flagstaff come out with the 15% of range is what the small blind should be defending here. 15 for Call Me Spray. Says fuck it. Taking a guess. It's a tough one. 20% for Jack and Dennis.
Good God, 15 is like an under the gun range. 15 is tight as hell.
What percentage of hands are we playing?
15.
So that's calls and raises.
Jenning, what are you saying? Said Habs with the biggest number possible. Of course, I would expect nothing less. Carter with 25.
How many God's Big Toes could he possibly know? I do have one of those names that stand out, right? I guess you're
right. Exactly. It's no way. Journey, you said 30%? Is that what you're... Yeah, you said it first. That's what it is. Yep.
Ginger says 25. Kep says 25. 25 for Lurker, but 20... It says 20 at least, but 25 seems better.
I don't know. This is tough. I mean, I try to visualize. I'm always trying to visualize.
Yeah, I always picture the chart in my head.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, what do we get to VPIP versus a fucking button here? Like, it's hard to fold too many suited kings. So king 4 suited plus all suited aces, ace 5, ace 8, ace 9, maybe even ace 8 offsuit, some offsuit 9s, offsuit 10s. Like, dude, it's a lot. Dude, it has to be 30%. Now that I'm saying all that, 30%.
25, 30% is where I'm at. 15 is way too small. Like,
I mean, we're
tiny
all the suited
range, right?
8s, some of your suited 7s. Dude, this shit is getting big. Like, are you really folding like queen 8 suited to a fucking small?
I think a lot of people are, but I think
no
it's
way.
Obviously a mistake. But I think
hell no. 30% for me.
Yeah.
Now that I'm thinking about like offsuit 10s and suited 8s and some suited 7s, it has to be, right?
Yeah, I'm cool with 30. 25 wouldn't surprise me. Somewhere between 25 and 30%. Seems about right.
All right, let's do it.
All right, 15.
I clicked 30.
Small blind is playing 30% of hands, about 50% of the time.
King 4
suited. Calling our 3-betting value range, 7s plus, ace jack suited plus, ace queen off plus, and then our 3-bet bluffing range, which will be balanced at about a 50% frequency.
You said suited 8s, suited 7s
combos.
Yeah, I said some suited 7s in there.
Ace jack, ace 10, ace 9, king 8, king jack, king 10. Those hands also don't mind playing shorter stack pot ratio pots because high cards are generally good enough when we only have 2 or 3 bets behind. Also some blocker suited hands that perform well enough post-flop when called, hands like king 6, queen 6, queen 7 suited. And then our calls will be all of those playable hands that we want to play with deeper stacks. So king jack, queen 10 play much better as a call because we hate to get 4-bet with those type of hands that play so well anyways.
How many effective are we?
So we
50.
raise, small blind calls, 5 jack queen. Which range has an equity advantage on this board? The small blind or the button?
So hard. Some people saying that looks a little loose. Just if you want to see the poker coaching charts as a comparison, there it is. All suited sevens, queen 5 suited, almost all suited kings, every suited ace. PC charts have ace 5-0, sixes. All
Okay,
pairs,
yeah, I
all the
thought I've
suited
seen it
connectors.
before.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, in the development of your game, you're going to need to be more stickier versus button opens. Play more hands. People play poorly versus the 3-bets. People c-bet too much, and their range is wider than your calling range, so you're going to be able to fuck people up in this spot. A lot of hands with a lot of playability. What else? Speed running champion of the world, Big Turd. Sorry, I missed you when I was in Vegas, man. We honestly played and worked so much, I had no free time. A lot of poker. We played a lot of poker.
Button. Kev says small blind. Lots of buttons. This is a tough one. Which range has the equity advantage on this board?
Easy. What range? Where we at?
Does feel kind of close, Lurker.
Does
I think I know the answer, but it feels a little close.
Yeah, we had some good runs, man. It was a good time in Vegas. Is triple XP stacking experience while out there. I gained a lot of experience.
One of the best learning experiences I think we had was just hanging out here and talking with Justin, shooting the shit.
And playing.
So much. We learned so much just from that.
Yeah, and playing as well, man. Like, we played 40 hours of live poker. I played 40 hours in 4 days or something. 44 hours in 4 days.
56 months from crazy Uncle Ian. We're going to give him a little shout out because I have the hat off the wall. Because actually,
I love that hat.
In some posts lately.
Okay.
So here we go.
There it is. We got Button over here.
Gift from Uncle Ian. Here we go. 56 months, my man. Thank you, brother.
I rock that shit. All right, let's go.
Fuck, who's the... us, I think. Yeah, Black Stuff is us. Let's do it.
All right, wait a minute. What are you doing?
So,
who has it? You can't be cheating.
Oh, sorry. I was just moving it. I was just getting the stream moving.
No, we got to get better.
I would have guessed us. I would have guessed us. But I think it's really close. I think a small blind flats a lot of Queen X and Jack X suited and connector and paint wise. So I thought it was really close.
Well, if we think about it, the button was opening like 40-ish%, almost 50% of the range, and we're calling here with a very condensed, strong range. And I would think like in equity, we have a lot of equity on the board like this. By even just calling in a small blind, we don't have as much garbage as we would in a big blind. So I'm almost wondering if it's the small blind. We saw the range with all the suited queens, kings, jacks, to kind of around this board. So I feel like our range is more condensed. We have a tighter calling range than the button's opening range. And it's very condensed to some very strong playable hands.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. So we don't have the top of our range since we didn't 3-bet. We don't have like aces, kings, queens stuff. So like,
the middle of our range button. Smacks this.
Yep. But button it is. Drenning said button. Everybody's button. Let's do it.
Yep.
Of how these ranges are constructed pre-flop.
I tried to tell you guys.
Kind of condensed Broadway, heavy, and the dealer button being just a wide 55% of hands. The small blind actually has an equity advantage on this flop. Here's the small blind's range again. You can see how hard Queen Jack 5 smashes this flatting range. So we cannot be blasting away with our entire range. This button here, we decided to check back with some showdown, protect our checking range. What's the preferred bet
Reaching
sizing
out.
for small blinds entire range here on the turn?
I know
Easy.
the answer to this one. I think I know.
What's the size, guys, for the small blind's entire betting range when it bets out? Carter going with 150.
Yes, the button retains the nut advantage because they still have queens and jacks. Ace queen. 50% pot, says Ginger. Ian overbetting, $1.50. Flagstaff going pot.
Drinking at 50. I thought small
Pot
blind
for
would
Ken.
have a split sizing strategy. 50, 50, 50. If I had one sizing, I'd do 50. Cheat says I'm on silent mode.
Mostly pots in my chat. Ian overbetting, and there are a couple of 50s. Chat revoked. Ginger, Lurker, Shark.
Ask yourself a question. I mean, this is a pretty cool spot at this SPR.
That, and there are some tells on this board that are very common to certain bet sizes.
But if I had one, Molten says 150. We got a bunch of 50s. Drinning's going 50. What do you guys got over
says,
there?
would love to go 75% in the real world, but it's not an option. 50 feels too soft, so go in pot.
Pot. Oh, yeah, cool.
50 with the question mark for skate. Overbet. This is one of those boards where
150 only.
Yeah. This is one of those boards where we had the range advantage, right? And now that it goes check, check, we have even more of an advantage. And the 4 actually is one of those cards that like brings in more straights but doesn't actually connect straights. And so when you have a card on the turn that brings in more connectivity that doesn't actually make a made hand, those are generally overbet pots.
Well, also, don't just do this at all stack depths. Just be aware that we are at a pretty deep SPR, and a lot of our range that would want to bet for value and bet for protection would use a gigantic size to be able to kind of threaten, shallow the SPR when out of position so we can get all the money in once I'm run out. So 150 for me, 50 for Drinning. Let's see if we're wrong. You ready?
Yes, bet sizing for the small blind lead. We went pot. Let's do it.
Small blind has an EV and
Up
equity
it.
advantage on
You
the
were close,
turn.
though. You were close, though,
So you will
Flagstaff.
see a lot of betting in general. Now,
Bombing.
what size? Well,
Uncle
when the
Ian
small blind
coming in
bets,
with the
he's
overbet
pretty
madness.
much only betting queen
He's
X
the only
for
one in the
value,
army.
and that type of a value range gets to go quite large at 150% pot. This is what his
only
turn
fucking
strategy
bombing
looks
it,
like.
Look at our betting strategy. It's only
Good
overbet.
queen X, pure betting, overbet. Jack X is playing mostly as a check, which makes a lot of sense. That's what the small blind does, 150% pot. We call, and small blind shoves it for 135% pot. What should we do here with Jack 8?
What? This is what we were doing. 150, 150. 150,
And this is
150.
why we do this, right? Like, look how hard it is with Jack 8. Like, what the fuck? Tough spot.
This is beautiful. I love this portion of the tree in the game. Oh, it's awesome.
Shark folds.
Draining is folding. King is folding. Fold RL. Call and Odin's him.
Kept not scared. There's a call.
Kept calling?
Yep. Lurker with just
Get his ass, Seabass.
Just the gut punch. Sidetrack calling.
He's going to narrow our range a lot with this bet size. Fold. Skates calling.
Nope. Fold's starting to trickle in now. Flagstaff folding. Dennis folding. Ian says
Skates and damn, a lot of folds.
Skates says, call the shove. It's too polar.
Let me see something.
We have no hearts, and the 8 blocks some of their value for Kep. Agreed.
Setups is in there.
Lurker says, hearts miss, blocking the straight, calling game, but I hate it. Side call for Skate.
All right, you calling or folding?
I am calling. He should be doing this with all his misdraws. There's too many misdraws.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of misdraws. Unblocking a 9, a 10, a king is really good for us. Unblocking hearts is really good for us. I wonder if this is going to be 0 V. I don't think he does this. Although his entire range bets turn, I think some of his Jack X that beats us fucking checks, like, and doesn't always just go 150 on a turn. So his range is very polar here. We're unblocking hearts, 10x, king x, 9x. And I think if you're going to call with a jack, this one's probably going to be better than calling with king jack.
Yeah, because you want to have king 10.
Yeah, like it's you want him. Like this is better than calling with king jack.
Yep.
This is better than calling with probably ace jack.
Yes.
Maybe as well. So
yes. Yeah, agreed with all those reasons. And you're hearing here because one, we're playing the solver, so let's get that out of the way. and the solver is going to have all the misdraws here. There's a ton of misdraws on this board, so we just have to call. It's polar, like Six was saying. So they either have it or they got dog shit that missed. And since it's one way or the other, we have a hand that's too good to call. And this is a better jack.
Blocking two pairs and stuff like that.
In the real world, I would say people don't find this in your small stakes, mid stakes, whatever the fuck. I can see folding in the real world to some players as an
but at the same time they will though
that don't have a solver, but like you can never fold to me.
I don't know, because at the same time we've capped our range in a way, like by checking back flop, like people need to fucking turn some hands into a bluff. Like I don't know, this is a really tough spot. All right, we're calling. I wonder if it's one of those 0 EV ones.
Flagstaff says if we're gonna call on the river, why wouldn't we push the turn and get fold equity? Because we have a pair. We don't want fold equity. We want him to bet with his draws and then do this with his misdraws and win with our pair versus raising it and just getting him to fold. And we don't get the overbet on the turn and we don't get the jam on the river. We lose a ton of value.
What happens? You get better to call and worse to fold.
Yep.
All right, cool. I forgot. Wait a minute. I so lost in the sauce. I forgot what was happening.
Yeah,
all right.
Me too, actually.
Fold.
Flagstaff is folding. Let's do it.
So Jack X is going to be fairly high up in our range.
I fucking crushed.
We're going to be c-betting quite often on the flop with like ace jack, king jack.
I ruined this game.
And then we'll be almost pure checking with a lot of pocket pairs and some ace highs. Some of those which get to the river. So A, Jack X is high up in our river range, and then B, we have some nice blocker qualities here. The jack will be blocking queen jack. And then also the 8 unblocks a lot of hands like king 10, 10, 9, 9, 10, which will be bluffed at a very high frequency from the small blind. So this is going to be a pure call.
Pure call.
Your call.
I wish you would have sowed the solve, but yeah, pure call.
Should play poker today. I fucking on it, baby. We crushed it. 28 over here. Uh-oh.
Oh, you got us. 24.
Oh!
You got us. This is a tough one, though. Solver practices are super tough, guys. So don't be discouraged. These are really hard. You really have to know your theory well.
Good luck, Set Apps. Well done, brothers. That was a tough quiz, man, in this solver practice. We look at this kind of stuff all the time, so we intuitively kind of know some of the frequencies, but this is good work. These are really good.
Yeah, and I think it's really interesting. Like, I think, Flagstaff was a perfect contestant because he had a lot of great questions and why, a little bit of change in the thought process. We don't want to raise to push him out. We want to call and let him bluff type of things. It was great. It was a great learning experience for sure. Super tough, guys. Super tough. These are always tough. They're great, but they are level 3.
I think that's probably gonna do it. I got the kids. We fostering a dog. We're gonna probably go take out and shit. So yeah, and it's 2:00. So guys,
I'm going to the UFC. Let's go. We got a pre-party and get the fuck out. I'm ready.
This cat gets to go to the UFC.
Look for me on TV. Hi, Mom.
Yeah, he's gonna get in a fight with Bulk. Walk into the ring. Bulk's just gonna start swinging.
I've trained my whole life. I am too smart to fight Bulk.
Yeah, exactly. Never. There's no circumstance.
I got like 100 pounds on Volk, and I'm still not fighting him. That's how smart I am.
Yeah. Thank you guys for kicking it today. Shit was fun. We'll be back next week. Guys, make sure to check out the stuff for the Discord study groups. If you enjoy trying to talk poker and get better, we're trying to create an environment where it's chill and good for everyone. So always look for that. We're gonna start posting on Twitter for that kind of stuff. Be sure to give my man GBT a follow. He's leveling up and getting better every day, blowing up. And yeah, I'll be back on the stream tomorrow as well. Just the king of dirt will be there grinding all day. Be fun.
Cool. Well, I'm going for my spiel. Look for someone to throw the host to. Yeah, PC Discord. There's the link to get in the PokerCoaching Discord. There are 6 free study groups a week. Hand history rooms at 6 and 9 coaching. Lots of free content. Lots of good community stuff. Make sure you're in there. Exclamation point Discord for my personal Discord. If you want to talk about UFC, life, poker, all that stuff. Yeah, check that out. That's my Discord. Caster Command for Mr. Crazy Sixes. Make sure you give him the love. If you want to see this one from the beginning or any of the ones we've done in the past, we've had lots of guests. We had Evan Jarvis last week. We've had Justin Saliba, Greg Raymer, Jesse Sylvia, Faraz Jaka. We've had a lot of great guests. You want to check those out. There is the link for the YouTube channel. Thanks, guys. Six said he could beat me in a fight. He can. He's younger than me. He's in shape. He's a savage. You don't want to.
I would just run. I would just run around circles till you start breathing hard. There would be a no contact fight.
All you got to do is circle. Circle for a minute.
Circle for 2 minutes.
Toe taps.
This ass is done.
I'm like Al Bundy. I used to be a high school athlete. 4 touchdowns in 1 game. All right, guys. Who are you throwing the host to, man? Do you know?
Killing Bird.
Oh, that's easy.
Easy. All right, guys. Thank you guys for the support. Rage and I, what's up, fam?
All right, guys, there you go. Talk to you later. Peace.
See you guys tomorrow. Grinding tomorrow.
Weekend,
Peace.
Dennis. See ya, Ian.